guys, today we got great news about the Travis Scott Fragment. Sneaker of the year has people super mad. The $20 Yeezy slides just broke the resale market. Welcome to Sneaky Sunday, we are so back. Now I do want to take a minute to issue an apology and say I'm sorry to absolutely no one. Nah, I'm just joking. I am sorry for missing last week because I was out in Vegas for ComplexCon, but hopefully you guys saw the video and enjoyed that instead. We're back, and I'm never gonna miss an episode again. I apologize. Now, as far as a recap, I'm not gonna recap everything since our last episode, but one thing I will recap, and there's a little bit of an update in here, is the Pharrell Adidas Adistar Jellyfish in the white and blue colorway. So these dropped in Vegas in a ridiculously limited amount because I actually went to the release. There was a line and I spoke to the security guards and they said that there was 500 pairs, 200 of them were for employees, and 300 were getting an actual drop. Now, I ended up not staying and waiting around in that line. I just didn't think it was a good use of time because ComplexCon was happening, so I thought I'd go back to the event and then get some content there. And luckily I did, because it seemed like chaos. A fight broke out in the line and it's like, look, what is going on? Either way, the update here is that there's going to be another release of these things in February next year, 2026. So this specific colorway, and we can expect a bunch more colorways near into the future. Wonder if this fight would have happened if they had known that they're going to be dropping again online. Another kind of recap is another shoe that dropped at ComplexCon but will get another online release is the Air Max 95,000, the latest 3D printed shoe from Nike. These things are crazy. You can check out the review if you want to. Either way, they're going to be dropping November the 28th. That's going to be through the Nike Sneakers app and through Zellerfeld.com. Also at the event, they showcased a bunch of different colors, which should be upcoming. We've got black, we've got this one, which is not green, even though it looks green. It's actually more like a gray concrete color. It's just the lights in there make it look that way. And then we're also going to be getting a lilac and pink colorway, same one as they did on the Air Max 1000. Not entirely sure when these other colorways are dropping, but we'll have to wait and see. Right, sticking with these November releases, we just got a pretty massive update on the Travis Scott Fragment Jordan 1 Low. So these are in fact releasing in November. So this is something that we really didn't know too much about because all of the marketing for this pair of shoes was the fact that it was going to be like a Tokyo exclusive. So we thought that these things were going to be next level limited, only available in Tokyo, but turns out they are getting a Nike Sneakers app release. We're still not sure how hard they're going to be to grab. I assume it's going to have the same release as usual, where there's a Travis Scott website release first, which is super limited, maybe like a 30-minute, 2-hour raffle, something like that. And then they do the more limited Sneakers app drop. As of right now, the current release date is November the 8th. Could also be the 7th. I've seen that date float around, which might just be the TravisScott.com release. Either way, we got the official images, so it's all the Nike Sneakers app official images, so we know that they are going to be dropping over there. And I also did a review of these things if you want to check them out. Also on November the 7th is the Eric Koston Nike SB Air Max 95. I want to know what you guys think about this pair of shoes. Or more like, what do you think of the Nike SB Air Max 95? It's definitely not as, I guess, popular as a lot of people thought it would be. Just didn't seem to hit, at least nothing like the Jordan 4s. Either way, $200 for these things. Should be loaded up to the Nike Sneakers app. There's some apparel as well coming along with this. Let me know if you're going to be grabbing these. Now, this one's very interesting. It has some people super excited and some people not excited at all. And they actually think it's a terrible idea. But Adidas is ripping off their own hyped up collaboration, and of course I'm talking about the Jellyfish. So they're launching what they're kind of coining as the Adidas Squid instead of the Jellyfish. So it's actually called the Adistar XLG 2.0. And yes, these things are practically identical to the Jellyfish shoe, especially in this color, the orange one. So you can see a little side by side over here. One is double the price. So the Jellyfish is $300 and the Squid or the XLG 2.0 is $150. Obviously, I've seen a lot of people super happy about this because they love the design of the Jellyfish and the fact that these things are damn near identical for a lot less money. They're happy. But then I've also heard some people say that this is a terrible idea. Like, why would you create a takedown version so soon as well? And look, in my opinion, I think it would be fair as an argument if the Jellyfish shoe was cheaper, but $300 is asking a lot from anyone to buy that pair of shoes. regardless of the fact that these things resell for thousands. So in my opinion, I mean, I'm going for the freaking Squid pair. I don't care about the original Jellyfish. I love that pair of shoes. I love the Jellyfish. I love the way that it looks, but $300, and then the fact that you can never hit on any of the colorways. We've seen 4 different ones as of right now, and every single one has been stupidly limited to the point that some of them are reselling for literally $1,500, $2,000. It's insane. So I'm here for a takedown version. In fact, I have tried this pair of shoes, review coming soon, and they're cool. I like the whole Adidas XLG thing. I own quite a few different pairs of these things, along with the Adistar 1.0, which was also kind of like the Jellyfish. They should be dropping at some point in November. We'll see. And they're also going to be coming in a bunch of different colorways as well. But I'd love to know from you guys, what do you think about this? Do you think it's good that Adidas is ripping off the Jellyfish, or do you think it's a bad move? Some other November releases that we have spoke about, so we're not going to spend too much time. First one is the Jordan 1 Chicago, the lows. These have loaded up to the Nike sneakers app, dropping November the 15th for $145. Just want to remind you guys, this is going to be a solid pickup, especially if it's you can get it for retail. I'm definitely going to be grabbing these. And then another quick reminder, the Jordan 4 Black Hat, November 28th, $225. God damn, they're getting expensive now. Bro, this one is crazy. I don't know how the hell we already have a leak of this, but apparently we just got our first look at the Adidas AE 3. The 2s have barely released. I think they've dropped like maybe 1 or 2 colorways at this point, but this apparently is the AE3. So, a little bit of a departure in terms of design. This one seems the most different out of the trio. So there's the first one, which had all of the little holes in it. The second one, I really like. I think it's a phenomenal sneaker. The third one looks, it's like they're going lower with the cut each time as well. I don't know about the whole arrow thing. I mean, it could just be the leaked images. This is the same kind of issue that we had with the AE2. Is like all of the leaked images made it look terrible, and then it actually released and we were like, oh, this is nice. Either way, it's crazy that we already have this. Like, yeah, this comment, slow down, we just got the 2s for real. This is coming fall 2026, so an entire year to see probably a bunch more leaks of these things. Sticking with Anthony Edwards, apparently we just got our first looks at his upcoming takedown sneaker. So it's like an affordable model of the AE line, and they're calling it the Believe That One. Terrible name. So retail is just $100. Apparently there's going to be multiple different colorways in 2026, and this is the first look at one of the colorways. So definitely keeps that AE DNA in there, just makes it look, I guess, a little bit more of a casual shoe rather than strictly basketball. I actually don't mind the design at all. I think it looks pretty sick, especially in the right colorway. Like this white one even looks pretty dope. This could be pretty exciting. I'm very interested to try these things out, especially for $100. This is cool. Nike is really going after the people that said that they lack innovation, because they have been, I guess, really trying to showcase a lot of products with innovation. So they just did an official announcement of the Nike Mind footwear. So we've got 2 different models, the slides, which we have taken a look at, or the mules, but they also did a sneaker version of these crazy things. And apparently it's all supposed to do with the mind. So these little circle ball things that you see at the bottom of the shoe, they actually kind of hit different spots in your feet, which has some kind of tie to your brain. I don't want to get too deep into it because we're going to waste too much time here, but this is pretty cool. I think it's a cool idea, at least in theory. It could be a gimmick. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to try this product out at some point whenever they release, which should be January next year. I just hope that this is actual innovation and not just them trying to be like, oh shit, everybody's saying that we lack innovation, we just need to push something out. Because that's kind of what this product feels like. This is kind of a robotic shoe. So again, don't want to get too deep into this because it will take so long to kind of explain everything, but they also just showcased this crazy contraption which is supposed to help you walk and run. So it's kind of like an assisted pair of shoes. So it's called Project Amplify, and it's going to be the world's first powered footwear system. And essentially you strap this to your leg, I guess, just below your calf, and the robotics kind of help you walk and move and run. Some testers saw their 12-minute mile time go down to 10 minutes. Which I don't know, it kind of feels a little bit weird. It's a weird thing to think about, like you would need robotics to make you run faster, kind of defeats the purpose of running to some degree. So I think the use case for this will be pretty niche. Maybe people who actually like need assistance when they're walking or running, that could be a good market to go into. But as far as like to make people run faster, I don't know if anybody's going to really use it for that. Either way, this project is so far away. It does feel like they kind of just announced it because they were like, we need some innovation. Nike is still innovation. So yeah, I think this is like 2027, 2028, super far into the future. It's cool to at least know that they're working on something like this. Something like this exists. This one's pretty cool. Joe Freshgoods and New Balance are going to be doing a 2010 collaboration called the Bag Lady and Hand-Me-Downs. We've got two different colorways. Unfortunately, we don't have an exact release date. I think here it says rumors state an early drop may take place at ComplexCon. I don't think these release, at least as far as I'm aware. Either way, these things look pretty sick. So we've got this black pair, which personally wouldn't be my go-to. I really like the lighter one. Like, take a look at these things, man. Damn, they look clean. So it's the 2010 model, which I'm a huge fan of. I think it's a great sneaker. They're adding like fluffy laces to it, which just goes with the vibe completely. You've got a sail midsole, and then the upper has this new weird material. I don't even know what you would call it, but it looks like it's going to be super soft, and it does give it a really cool look. Just when I think, you know, we've kind of seen everything from Joe Freshgoods and New Balance, they pump out something like this, and I'm down to try these things out for sure. No official release date, nothing I can kind of tease, but these are some pretty ready to launch type images that we're looking at, so I would imagine these things drop this month in November, but as soon as we get an update, I'll let you know. But speaking of ComplexCon, let's talk about it. One of the most controversial things that happened there was, of course, the Sneaker of the Year conversation that went down. It's something that they've kind of increasingly made a bigger and bigger deal. So if you guys don't know, Complex does a Sneaker of the Year ranking every single year. They do it up on stage. They usually have like a celebrity guest, and this year got a lot of people mad. Even a Nike footwear designer had some critiques to say about this list. So to everyone complaining that Nike doesn't make new shoes, now you know why. He said, all I have to say to the community and the curators of this culture, if you reward retro models like this, all you're going to get are retro models. So this is the Sneaker of the Year list. It's basically 9 Nike products. You've got the Converse Shy 001, which is owned by Nike. You've got the Infinite Archives Jordan 7. I'm not going to read all of these out, but you get the point. There's 1 Adidas shoe and 9 Nike and Jordans. So yeah, one look at the comments and you can see that everybody is hating on the list and they're all just super pissed off at it. You really want to get into the weeds when it comes to this drama. There was a response from the assistant director of social at Complex. This person put up a huge rant, to which Jacques Cousteau replied, or Jacques Slade. He made a whole response to it, saying that he disagrees with that take. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this. In my opinion, I think this is just the inherent issue when you make a top 10 list a big deal. Like, in my mind, it shouldn't really be this big of a deal. Like, I don't know if Complex coming in and saying, like, this is the definitive top 10 list is a good idea, because it's obviously going to piss people off. I always thought the top 10 list was just people sharing what they thought their favorite shoes were of the year. Like, that's when I really enjoyed watching, like, other creators post about their top 10 sneakers and it was different to this person. That's what I thought was fun about the whole top 10 thing, but someone coming in and saying, like, this is the definitive list and these are the best, that's when you're gonna get a lot of disagreements, and it's this whole big thing. Like, I don't think top 10 sneakers of the year needs to be this big of a deal. I just always think it's really fun. Like, when I make my list, like, I posted my list maybe a week ago now, and I just think it's fun, like, putting a list out there and then reading your guys' comments of, like, what you guys think the best sneaker was. Like, that's super fun to me, because some of you guys have, like, crazy shoes that, like, I hadn't even heard of, or you have, like, really unique niche ones, and it's, like, it's interesting to see what people like. The problem is not the shoes on the list, it's the list itself. I don't know if that made any sense. Either way, I'd love to know what you guys think about all of this down in the comments. Right, little weird update on the Cool Kicks situation. So that's still going on. Obviously, we've made a bunch of videos in the past going over that whole thing when it unfolded at the beginning of October. You guys know Cool Kicks got raided by the police, but the new update, I guess, if it even is an update, I just thought it was pretty interesting, is that now all of the sneaker pages and blogs, they're all issuing retractions. So they pretty much just copy and pasting the exact same message and posting it to Instagram or X. And they're basically saying, like, earlier this month we spoke about like the whole Cool Kick situation. I'm not going to read all of this, but essentially what they're saying is we shouldn't have said it was about fake sneakers. The reality is it's about stolen goods, not fake sneakers. Now, why I've kind of found this so interesting was that, well, one is that it's kind of a copy-paste statement from all of the different sneaker blogs that they're all posting kind of at the same time with comments turned off. That's kind of interesting. It kind of means that I guess Cool Kicks is doing some kind of like legal thing. Maybe they're threatening them with lawsuits because it's damaged their, I guess, perception to the public, because they don't want that. Like, Cool Kicks doesn't want people thinking that they sell fake shoes. But I also thought, like, did any of these sneaker blogs actually say that Cool Kicks was selling fake shoes? I always thought that they kind of specified, or they said that the division of the police that did the raid was a unit that specialized in counterfeit goods and stolen goods and stuff like that. But I don't think they specifically said that Cool Kicks was selling fakes. I think that's just kind of what the internet kind of assumed and then just ran with it. And then everybody started just saying that in terms of like other people. There was a time where we didn't really know when we were waiting to hear, but I think everybody kind of said that, like, we have to get more information. We'll wait to hear an update, but these are the allegations that are being put out there. Either way, yes, it has been confirmed, like the whole thing with Cool Kicks, the co-founder, Adil Shams, was charged for receiving stolen goods, not selling fakes. It should definitely put out there, because I can imagine, like, as a sneaker resale store, you do not, like, that's the worst thing that could possibly happen to you, is that rumors are spreading that you're selling fakes. That will destroy your reputation. Either way, I just thought it was kind of a little bit weird and a little bit interesting as well. So yeah, that's the update on that. This one I thought was, this one's pretty crazy. Maniere is going to be doing 6 new colorways of the Air Force One. Bruh, y'all need to chill for a little bit. They've been doing so much. So apparently this is part of the While You Were Sleeping collection. I guess it's still ongoing next year. Each pair is going to retail for $150 and will drop summer 2026 between April and June. So these are obviously mock-ups. This is not what they're going to look like. I couldn't imagine a Maniere doing colors like these, but depending on how they release these things, like, it's going to be interesting to see how people feel about 6 Air Force Ones from a Maniere. Right, let's talk about these Yeezy slides, because this is pretty insane. So the Yeezy.com website, the Kanye West website, the independent store, just dropped basically every color of the Yeezy slides. So I think in total there's like 6 new colorways that you can get, all for $20. So we got a white pair, we've got a bone pair, I believe this is maybe like a cement colorway or something. It's kind of like a little bit tan. You've got a gray, solid dark gray one, a blue one, kind of like the Azure slides, a flax colorway or brown, another brown one, and a darker brown one, and a black one. All for $20. Comes in all these normal sizing, like you can see all of the images over here. And this is the bigger update, because I think for the longest time they were just selling the black colorway, and that was when everybody went crazy, because like, whoa, Kanye is selling Yeezy slides for freaking $20. They're going to be terrible. I got a pair in, and I'm not going to spoil the video, but I did do a full video on them and compared the $20 ones to the original Yeezy slides, so you can check that video out. All I'm going to say is it's extremely interesting, extremely, and it's not what I was expecting. But yeah, the $20 slides is crazy. Now, along with the slides, he also has released a ton of other stuff. Like, I hadn't seen this website for a minute, and now suddenly we've got jackets. We've got like camo jackets with fur for $100. We've got like leather jackets over here, fur coats, moto style leather jackets, gloves, duffel bags, and they've even added like a little information tab where you click on on that and you could see like what the material is for each product. Like if you're wondering like, oh, this is gonna be like dirt cheap trash, well, you can see exactly what each piece is made out of. Just crazy to see how many products are on here. It's no longer just $20. A lot of it is $20, but it's still all like super cheap stuff for what it is. And plenty of people have been posting about what they got. So this is the leather jacket, which doesn't look like leather at all, but understandably for the price tag, I think it's like $60 or $40 or something like that. So it's not going to be leather, but nobody's expecting genuine leather and like insane quality. But I think for the price, what you're paying for is the design more than the materials and the quality. Another shot, it definitely does look like cheap, I don't know what you would even call it, pleather. The Yeezy slides have to be the most interesting thing because, you know, as we know, Kanye does own the patent for those slides. He doesn't own anything else for any of the other Adidas shoes, just those, and he is taking full advantage of that. If you were interested, or maybe you probably made an order for these Yeezy slides, you definitely need to check out the video because I go over all of the different details, how to fix the creases because they do come creased. Pretty shocking, especially when you see the resale market on these Yeezy slides, like all of them are like $100 to $300. And just imagine, like, one of the craziest things that I immediately thought about when I got these $20 slides in is like, think about all of the sneaker resellers that stocked up on Yeezy slides before the whole thing, like, it completely ended. I just think that now that there's all of these $20 ones, the price is gotta crash. I don't know who's buying these ones when there's the $20 ones. I guess people who don't have time to wait around for this website to ship, because it is still ridiculous shipping times, like months until you actually get what you order. Either way, let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. Pretty insane. Would you order from Yeezy.com, or you're not ordering anything? All right, you guys know what time it is. It is time for sneaky ratings. Little something we do every single Sunday where I put up a post on Instagram basically asking you guys what you got on feet today, and now I'm going to rate it. If you want to join in, just make sure you follow me over on IG and respond to the post. Let's get into it. Now, it was Halloween, so I wonder if anybody's rocking any Halloween sneakers. Starting off with a wild one, Piri. I do not know what these Jordan ones are, but they look crazy. We got some cow print on the middle. What even is that? It's more fur on the tongue. Are these customs? They kind of look like customs, but also they're very well done. I don't know if I've ever seen these things before, but that's pretty cool. 7 out of 10. Hell yeah, we got J5 FPV with the voodoos on already. Straight to feet on Halloween. Like, that's pretty dope. You can see he's got like the Halloween decorations around the house. This is a cool picture. Thank you for sending this one in. 8.5 out of 10. Ashley, nah, you towed the housefly shoes. God damn it. I guess it is a Halloween kind of release. It's just so random. It is so unbelievably random. But yes, there is a bunch of houseflies all over it. Same as the Air Forces. Someone's gonna look at your shoes like, wait a minute, there's flies on your shoe. What's going on? I gotta give you a 5. It's just James. He is rocking the $20 Walmart shoes. He says the Avia kicks are so good, bro. Are they? Are they really good? I know that they're super popular. I mean, they look cool, but are they comfortable for $20? I don't know. I mean, just based on how they look, and maybe one day I'll go to Walmart and pick these things up and try them out. I gotta give you, they're pretty clean. I'm gonna give you a 7 out of 10, but you better not be lying about that comfort. Are they comfortable? If you've tried the Walmart shoes, let me know in the comments. Hell yeah, we got some Halloween costumes. Bloppy Zay, I think is how you say your name. He is fitted up and he's got, I think they're Tims on feet. Are they? They gotta be Tims. They look a little bit different though. I don't know about the laces, and there's something on the back there. Are these like some custom ones or something like that? They look pretty clean. They don't really go with the outfit, but they look cool. Like in any other outfit, I think these would look solid. I'm gonna give you a 6.5. Actually, 7 for the fit. So Rain, nah, dog. He's got the Yeezy pods on. Yeah. 2? Is that fair? 2? I think that's the most I could give you, bro. Sheesh. We got Bo with the Sale Jar 3s, which look so clean. I got these things. I just love the Jar 3s. They just look so cool. 8.5. Damn, that's a cool photo. How Ramirez got his kid in the Canaries. And he's got the Chicago's on. Man, start them young. Start them young. Especially because those are a lot cheaper, like the baby versions of the shoes. You can get them like some insane Travis Scotts, and it it won't break the bank. Man, this gotta be a solid 9. This is 9.5. This is just cool to see. We got K. Joel. What are you doing, brother? What are you doing? He's rocking the triple S's, the Balencis in 2025. There's just something about this pair of shoes which is just like, it's such a dated look now because they were so insanely popular back in like, what, 2016 or something? It's just so hard to see someone wearing these things and be like, oh, that's cool. You know what? You get a 3. Unfortunately, you probably broke the bank on these things, but that's a 3. Chase Gibson. What are you doing, brother? Have you got your shoes on in the bed? I can see a little bit of blanket. Do not wear your damn shoes in bed. He does have the Keanu 14, same ones I have, so I gotta give him some extra points for that. But just the sheer fact that you're rocking shoes in bed. Forbidden. 5. But that is all of the ratings we got time for. Don't forget, we do this every single Sunday, so if you want to join and stay up to date with all of the latest sneaker news and stuff that's going on, then subscribe to the channel. And of course, like always, I'm gonna throw another video in the top left-hand corner. Check it out.